NASA rocket has conveyed cautioning messages to Earth for almost 50 years. The fabulous Explorer space tests have investigated our nearby planet group and then some, communicating important information back to Earth. However, the test's most recent transmission has been the most surprising. Over the most recent 20 years, NASA has formally uncovered that the explorers experienced an unknown force within the vast expanse of space, and the nature of this element remains shrouded in mystery. What did the explorers find, and what kept the space apparatus from sending this revelation right away? We should figure out NASA's Twin Explorer shuttle, which have changed into two amazing time capsules, representing their time. These astounding man-made space tests have strongly wandered beyond our nearby planet group, charting new regions and conveying noteworthy discoveries to researchers on Earth. What the vast majority don't know is that these shuttles have a memory limit that is 3 million times less than a conventional cell phone and send information at a rate roughly 38,000 times slower than a 5G web association. Still, these rockets, designed during the 1970s, are some of the best tests ever launched. In a startling development, the explorers have made a new discovery that has divided the scientific community, with many researchers believing that the data is a consequence of a glitch rather than genuine readings. The most bizarre piece of this episode was that it seemed like the tests needed to overcome an extraterrestrial force to convey this message to Earth. Before we dive into NASA's most recent discoveries regarding this incident, let's investigate these remarkable tests that have eagerly observed the universe for the benefit of our planet. These two fabulous spaceships owe their launch to an intriguing heavenly arrangement, which happens once every 176 years. In this particular event, the four largest planets in our planetary group, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, created a vast gravitational slingshot effect that could boost a rocket's speed as it passed each giant planet. Maybe the space apparatus were being pulled along by an invisible heavenly rope, moving it forward with an explosion of energy. However, this arrangement presented a significant limitation, as it occurred only once in nearly 2 centuries. This intriguing arrangement offered a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for interplanetary exploration. To make the most of this celestial event, a spacecraft needed to be launched during the 1970s to reach these distant planets while the planetary configuration was still active. NASA seized this once-in-a-blue-moon possibility and constructed 2 identical space apparatus to embark on this epic journey. In a charming showcase of grand exploration, Voyager 1 set off on its unique journey from Cape Canaveral, Florida, on September 5, 1977. This spacecraft was launched into space powered by the Titan IIE Centaur rocket. Voyager 2 followed shortly after, embarking on a twin odyssey into the universe. Their primary mission was to investigate the gas giants of our solar system, Jupiter and Saturn, along with the moons that encircle them. Yet these valiant pioneers far outperformed their initial goals, embarking on a journey that would carry them to the outer reaches of our celestial neighborhood. Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 have achieved various milestones during their epic venture. They've persevered longer than any other spacecraft in history and traveled farther from Earth than any other human-made objects. In fact, they've crossed the boundary into interstellar space, making them the first human-made objects to accomplish this feat. Their journey into interstellar space, beyond the Sun's gravitational influence and into the strange expanses of the cosmos, has yielded significant data, leaving researchers astounded. One such recent revelation has astonished scientists and will be explored in detail shortly. The explorers stand out as remarkable space tests due to their use of self-controlled radioisotope thermoelectric generators, RTGs. These atomic batteries, also referred to as radioisotope power systems, utilize the decay of plutonium to convert heat into electricity. Strikingly, these RTGs work with virtually no moving parts, limiting the risk of wear and tear and making them exceptionally suitable for harsh and distant conditions. One outstanding benefit is that these generators are not reliant on solar energy, making them highly valuable for deep space missions. However, there's a catch. As time progresses, the decaying plutonium in the RTGs gradually decreases their power output. Despite this, the overall mission has not been compromised due to the proactive measures taken by NASA engineers. they have strategically deactivated radiators and unnecessary systems that don't affect the spacecraft's flight capabilities in order to compensate for the dwindling power supply. However, the engineers' efforts do not end there. The Voyager spacecraft were designed to use a special 8-track tape system for data storage and playback. Here's the carefully guarded secret. First, the scientific instruments on board the Voyager tests gather various types of data, such as images, sound recordings, and measurements, and convert them into a digital format. The digital data is then serialized and stored on the 8-track tapes, which feature 8 parallel tracks for efficient storage. When it's time to transmit the data back to Earth, the onboard computer successively reads the data from the relevant tracks. The read data is sent through the spacecraft's communication system, primarily using its high-gain antenna to send the information back to Earth. On Earth, receiving stations catch and translate the transmitted data, preparing it for scientific analysis. The materials used in these tapes are specially designed to withstand the rigors of space. They typically include a metallic base layer made of materials like stainless steel, which is resistant to radiation, extreme temperatures, and the vacuum of space. Each track on the tape is coated with a magnetic material that stores the digital data, designed to resist degradation over time. The tapes are also encased in protective enclosures to shield them from potential damage sources like micrometeoroid impacts. The enduring functionality of these tapes is remarkable. Despite their antiquated design, they continue to work and send information back to Earth every day. What are the significant achievements of the Voyager spacecraft? The accomplishments of the Voyager twin tests have been absolutely tremendous. Their early observations of Jupiter and Saturn's moons, made over 40 years ago, astounded scientists and shattered previous assumptions about these distant worlds. These moons, once thought to be as dormant and heavily cratered as our own moon, turned out to be teeming with geological activity. Voyager 2, in particular, reached several significant milestones during its journey. In 1986, it became the first spacecraft to fly by Uranus. Just 3 years later, it conducted a flyby of Neptune, an achievement that still stands unchallenged. As these spacecraft continue their remarkable journey, NASA has executed a progression of measures to expand their operational life expectancies over the past 3 years. Trivial parts and warmers have been turned off to save energy, enabling them to work into the next 10 years, with an expected mission end date of 2030. For the researchers and designers who have been part of this phenomenal venture since its initiation, the climax of the Explorer missions is a mixed moment. Their commitment and hard work have propelled the project far beyond its initial assumptions. The data returned by the explorers has provided priceless insights, countless scientific discoveries, and inspired generations of scientists and space fans. Explorer 1 and Explorer 2 were not just normal space apparatus, they were meticulously designed to be stable platforms, with a turn rate more than multiple times slower than the hour hand of a clock. This design limited any visual blur as the spacecraft captured images and data while tearing through space. Their impressive imaging capabilities began to surprise researchers and the public even before their encounters with the outer planets. The spacecraft started transmitting images of Jupiter while still a distance away from the planet. These early pictures, revealing the gas giant's swirling clouds and the famous Great Red Spot, enchanted crowds at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. However, it was the discovery of active volcanoes on Jupiter's moon Io that really set the stage for the explorers' pivotal observations. Io, somewhat larger than Earth's moon, turned out to be the most volcanically active body in the solar system. The spacecraft's instruments detected curious signs from Io, which were confirmed by the clear pictures they captured. These images revealed towering volcanic plumes and a surface marked by the discharge of volcanic material. Pele, one of Io's most prominent volcanoes, has erupted multiple times higher than Mount Everest, covering an area almost the size of France. The Explorer spacecraft captured over 33,000 pictures of Jupiter and its moons, showcasing the planet's magnificence and the incredible variety of moonscapes in the Jovian system. Since their launch, the twin explorers have been making astounding revelations. One of the most remarkable discoveries was the presence of Jupiter's rings. These rings, although faint, were a significant discovery and added to the intrigue of the gas giant. Moreover, Explorer 2 revealed that Europa, one of Jupiter's 53 named moons, had a frozen shell believed to be over 60 miles thick. These discoveries challenged previous assumptions about the nature of these distant celestial bodies and inspired further investigations into the potential habitability of icy moons. As the explorers departed from Jupiter, they received a gravity assist that provided them with a goodbye kick, propelling them towards Saturn. Without this crucial boost, they would have been unable to escape the Sun's gravitational pull and venture further into space. Explorer 1 and Explorer 2 then embarked on their separate journeys, each heading toward new frontiers. Explorer 1's trajectory took it close to Saturn's moon Titan, which is shrouded in an orange hazy atmosphere. This moon's secrets piqued researchers' interest, prompting further investigations of its complex chemistry. Explorer 1 then turned north, withdrawing from the plane of the planets and beginning its journey beyond the realm of our solar system. Explorer 2, on the other hand, embarked on a series of missions that took it to the outer planets of the solar system. In 1986, it made a historic flyby of Uranus, where it discovered 10 previously unknown moons, increasing the planet's moon count. 3 years later, Explorer 2 reached Neptune, revealing the surprising features of this distant ice giant. During its encounter with Neptune, Explorer 2 recorded wind speeds of up to 1,000 miles per hour, making it the fastest wind ever recorded on a planet in our solar system. As the spacecraft passed within 2,980 miles of Neptune's bluish methane atmosphere, it provided exceptional insights into this remote world. Triton, Neptune's largest moon, was found to be one of the coldest spots in the solar system, with surface temperatures plunging to -391 degrees Fahrenheit. Triton also exhibited extraordinary features, including ice volcanoes that spewed nitrogen gas and icy particles 5 miles into its thin atmosphere. These discoveries expanded our understanding of the diversity and complexity of celestial bodies in our solar system, even in the outermost regions. One person who played a crucial role in extending the missions beyond their original goals was the eminent astronomer Carl Sagan. As a member of the Explorer mission's imaging team, he passionately advocated for capturing one final set of images before the cameras on both spacecraft were turned off. These images would serve as a keepsake for humanity, a last glimpse of our home planet from the distant depths of space. Sagan's persistence paid off on Valentine's Day in 1990 when Explorer 1 turned its camera back toward the inner solar system and captured a series of 60 pictures. The most famous among them is known as Pale Blue Dot, an iconic image of our place in the universe taken from a distance of 3.8 billion miles. Earth appears as a tiny light blue speck, barely discernible in the vastness of space. Was there a new breakdown, and how is it connected to extraterrestrials? NASA's Explorer spacecraft has uncovered alarming new insights into the significant emptiness of interstellar space. According to NASA, cosmic rays are multiple times more intense beyond the heliopause, the protective barrier enclosing our solar system, compared to its interior. But there's more going on. Researchers have combined findings from the Explorer mission with data gathered in later missions, revealing a strange, whispering sound captured by Explorer 1. This eerie echo seems to be linked to mysterious waves detected in small amounts of gas existing in the nearly inhospitable interstellar space. This theory is not universally accepted as the source of these unusual sounds, but there is a large group of science enthusiasts who believe it may be caused by extraterrestrial entities. It sounds absurd, right? But in a moment, we will return to why that might be a compelling claim. For over 45 years, the Explorer missions have embarked on a quest to unravel the mysteries of our solar system. However, the discoveries they've made have proven to be more spine-chilling than anyone might have realized. Researchers have now come to understand that the heliopause, the boundary that separates the heliosphere from interstellar space, is certainly not a static line, it's a dynamic frontier. Dynamic, moving impediment that continually changes shape. This odd movement has left specialists both bewildered and troubled about the future. Additionally, the Explorer spacecraft has collected important information on the Sun and its impact on our planetary system, conceding insights into how this giant celestial body applies its control. Yet, most agitating is that the explorers have continued to work in temperatures far beneath their design limits, opposing our ordinary comprehension of how technology ought to work. As researchers combine Explorer data with information from various missions, they are beginning to develop models predicting how the heliopause will change in the future. However, the unusual and wild nature of these forces makes it difficult to identify what lies beyond the boundary of our planetary system. Might we encounter unfriendly forces or face obscure dangers? Only time will reveal the answers. Later research on the heliopause has yielded confusing information, leaving researchers both puzzled and astounded. In 2014, the interstellar boundary, adventurer IEX, noticed the lighting up of energetic neutral atoms, revealing imbalances in the heliosphere that contradicted previous models. Even more incredibly, an investigation of data from Explorer 1 and Explorer 2 unveiled tremendous changes in the heliopause over a relatively brief period. This peculiarity, alluded to as passage talking, has left researchers eager to keep studying the heliopause. However, the most shocking disclosure came in May of last year when the Attitude, Expression, and Control System (AACS) on Explorer 1 began communicating baffling tangles of information rather than the standard rocket updates. It appeared that the rocket had developed a condition resembling electronic aphasia, which influences an individual's ability for familiar discourse. Sent information could not reflect any coherent state or could have been produced randomly, leaving engineers both baffled and surprised. With the launch of NASA's Interstellar Mapping and Acceleration Probe, IMAP, in 2025, researchers hope to unlock further secrets surrounding the heliopause and the outer edges of our solar system. Now, are you ready to experience a spine-chilling sensation? In 2019, something deeply perplexing happened to the spacecraft, which had been floating in interstellar space for the previous 10 years. Despite the odd status reports from the onboard system, the radio transmission of the shuttle remained strong and reliable, showing its success. However, what was genuinely unfolding inside the rocket? NASA engineers soon found that the Attitude, Expression, and Control System (AACS) was acting strangely, sending confusing information in disarray instead of the usual health and warnings. What could be the possible justification for that? A failing computer that corrupted all friendly information? While the system has been redressed, the central reason remains a puzzler, leaving us with a shocking mystery. Just imagine the perplexing situation of being separated from everyone else, adrift in the endless darkness of space, while your own systems glitch in unexplainable ways. Who knows what else could happen out there, beyond the influence of the sun's magnetic field? We can't say, but we should check the tests to see what the engineers had in mind. NASA's specialists are optimistic about the possibility of Explorer encountering extraterrestrial life as they chart its course into the obscure spans of interstellar space. This bold endeavor into the cosmic sea was designed with the specific chance of an alien encounter firmly in mind. As Explorer 1 and Explorer 2 ventured past the protective hug of our heliosphere, they conveyed a compelling message from Earth, the Golden Record. This record was no ordinary relic, it was a purposeful greeting to any intelligent creatures that could happen upon it during their infinite journey. The Golden Record is a time capsule of humanity's essence, containing an enchanting collection of sounds and images that epitomize the breadth of human civilization and our place in the universe. It includes the diverse music of our world, from Beethoven to Guanping's flowing streams, the captivating greetings in 55 languages, and the riveting sounds of Earth, including thunder, bird songs, and laughter. It even features graphical instructions on how to play the record in case it falls into the hands of a curious extraterrestrial. As Explorer ventured forward, the potential outcomes of an encounter became tantalizingly real. While the chances of an alien civilization coincidentally finding Explorer in the vastness of interstellar space were slim, they were not negligible. Space is breathtakingly immense, and even at the speed of light, it would take several hours for a signal to reach Explorer from Earth. The possibility that an extraterrestrial civilization could intercept Explorer before we even receive their response adds another layer of intrigue. What if a highly advanced extraterrestrial civilization finds Explorer, translates the golden record, and sends a reply? What if that is precisely what Explorer was designed to make us aware of with its new advance warning?